Welcome to Nassymatt YouTube channel.
Greater Manchester had experienced a major increase in public transport demand due to a greater number of jobs and people. In March 2018, addition of new trams was announced as a part of the congestion deal. This was done to tackle congestion and provide a genuine alternative to driving. This meant less traffic on roads, less pollution, and a better quality of life. In June 2018, Transport for Greater Manchester signed a £72 million contract with Bombardier Transportation UK and Keep Electric. This contract would see 27 new Metrolink trams, which would bolster UK's largest tram network and thus increase the capacity by 15%. Businesses around the world was adversely affected by COVID-19. I see the purchase of 27 new trams. Brexit has not helped either. The trams are being constructed in Vienna. The manufacturers were facing major issues in supply chain and reduction in staff due to COVID, which led to delay in delivery. There was additional paperwork required for the trams to be transported from Vienna to Manchester, and this posed major challenges as well. At present, 13 out of the 27 trams have been delivered. One tram was being delivered every 4 weeks. The manufacturers were trying to get their best people in to get them delivered as per the original schedule. The purpose of our assignment is to demonstrate the active learning from management of projects and the APM body of knowledge. The body of knowledge areas, which we have selected, are procurement management, schedule management, stakeholder management, and cost management. Procurement management is a process by which products, services, or results are acquired from outside the project organization. This includes selection of procurement method, preparation of contract documents, selection and acquisition of suppliers, as well as management of contracts. The procurement strategy and the type of contract was decided based on the risk appetite of the client. This depends on how much to retain in the project and how much to share with the suppliers. According to our practitioner, the terms and conditions of the contract did not help in dealing with the delay in procurement of the trams. The contract didn't really help us very much, unfortunately. But it's been more than a year since COVID and Brexit have occurred, and now TfGM is well equipped to take these considerations into future contracts. According to the 6th edition of PM Vogue, managing the flow of materials becomes critical to a successful project, especially for large engineering projects involving international contractors. It is necessary to order 2 or 3 years in advance for long-lived items due to both manufacturing and transportation. Although this process was followed for this project, the delivery got delayed due to COVID and Brexit, which was not anticipated. Compared to other project management processes, there can be several legal obligations and penalties tied to the procurement process. Hence, the project practitioner should be familiar with the procurement process and make intelligent decisions regarding contract and contractual relationships. Macro risks such as COVID have affected the entire business world, and the practitioners have to be realistic in the price paid to share the risk in the supply chain. The best outcome is more likely to be achieved if the risk is allocated to the party which is best equipped to manage it. Project scheduling provides a detailed plan that represents when the project will deliver the products, service, and the results defined in the project scope. This serves as a communication tool for managing stakeholders' expectations and a basis for performance reporting. Our practitioner joined at a time when the project was in the testing and commissioning phase. The project was facing serious issues in delay due. To bring the schedule back on track, the practitioner first identified the bottlenecks that the contractors were facing and found ways to solve them. If you have a good, happy working relationship, that is much better than one that is confrontational. The 6th edition of the payment book mentions the use of effective adoption and tailoring of development practices to respond to the changing needs of the environment. Some of the emerging practices for project scheduling measures are alternative scheduling with a bank lock. This is an agile approach for product development which is based on an adaptive life cycle. Another method mentioned is on-demand scheduling. Similar approaches were adopted by the project practitioner in this project to bring the schedule back on track and avoid further delays. In a crisis such as delay, it is important to work with people in a collaborative manner to build support and achieve the intended outcomes. The estimates that are made in the beginning are based on experience and past projects. However, as time progresses, the estimates become more accurate. By using the variance analysis, the difference between the planned and actual schedule of the project can be determined. This would help understand the cause of the variance, and a suitable response strategy can be applied. According to the APM BOK, stakeholder refers to individuals or groups who have an interest or role in the project, program, or portfolio or are impacted by it. Stakeholder management involves identifying the key stakeholders, planning, managing, as well as monitoring engagement. Most of the stakeholders on the project were internal, such as the senior management team of TfGM and the Mayor of Great Manchester. The practitioner held a meeting every Thursday with the production team in Vienna and a conference call on Friday with engineers on the testing and communication team. A weekly progress report would then be sent to the senior management team at 5 p.m. every Friday. The practitioner led emphasis on identifying, prioritizing, and communicating with key stakeholders during this project. All of which are in line with the major BOK areas in both the PM and APM BOK. There were actions taken to evaluate, manage, and monitor engagement in this project. When the project was impacted by COVID, they evaluated their communication channels and realized that it will no longer be possible to hold in-person meetings. As a result, they managed to react appropriately by switching their communication to online. First, stakeholders should be identified and managed as a project objective. Second, it is important to actively evaluate, monitor, and manage this engagement over any project lifecycle, especially during a crisis. Third, organizations are run by people. Hence, developing and nurturing good relationships with the project members allows for work to be simpler to control and deliver successfully. Project cost management is primarily concerned with the cost of the resources needed to complete the project activities within the budget. The four processes of cost management are plan cost management, estimate costs, determine budget, and control costs. A delay in procurement could have affected the overall cost of the project, and it is challenging to calculate the exact cost overrun. The practitioner emphasized on the importance of having an excellent contract manager who can help in controlling costs. Based on the 6th edition of PMBOK historical information and the lessons learned on the resources for estimation, expert judgment can assist project managers to gain more comprehensive knowledge and can change and adjust the project plan to adapt to the actual environment. First, good team cooperation and communication can reduce quarrels and unnecessary expenses. Second, earned value management methodology can be applied which integrates schedule, cost, and scope to monitor project performance. Third, in the event of a cost overrun, evaluating and engaging measures that can aid in mitigating additional overruns and reducing the impact. Thank you for watching this video.